You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings.
Good morning. Welcome to Brewtiful Morning. This, I believe it's February, isn't it, Jackson? February the 18th. Thank you for joining us each Friday morning at 8:30 as we try to bring the information to you of what's going on. My name is Jimmy Dancy. I'm the mayor of this wonderful town of Rutherford. I have with me this morning, what's your name?
Jackson.
And tell everybody how old you are.
6.
Oh, no, you're not 6. He is 4, no matter what he tries to tell you. But thank you for joining us. I hope you can tell I've got my RS Central hat on because tonight at RS Central High School, the tournament championships being played. East Rutherford is playing RS Central girls. That starts about 6 o'clock for the championship. Then after that, about 7:30, Hendersonville's playing RS Central boys for the championship. So they've had a great season, and we congratulate the success of that team and their coaching staff. If you're available, come out and see the game tonight. But thank you again for joining us each Friday morning at 8:30 as we try to get some information to you. I'm going to turn it over to the people that's got us on the air this morning. Doug and Magnolia, thank you guys for getting us on the air. But thank you again for joining us. Say goodbye.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah.
What?
Can we get a Go Hilltoppers?
Yes.
Say it.
All right, say Go Hilltoppers.
I.
Say go Hilltoppers.
Say Go Hilltoppers.
Go Hilltoppers.
There you go.
Thank you.
Bye, Mayor. Thank you.
Say goodbye.
Bye. Have a nice day.
So now that the mayor's off, because he'd probably blush on this, he was telling me the other day that Jackson goes to preschool. He goes to the TLC up here on Main Street in Rutherford, and so he will actually do his own Brewtiful mornings at preschool. So yeah, it's pretty funny.
That is the cutest thing ever. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he will get some kids over in the corner and kind of start his own little Brewtiful mornings
What does he
at
talk
TLC.
about?
I don't know. We probably need to go up there and video him one time.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be hilarious. But
Yeah.
definitely mayor in training with little Jackson. So how fun. Loving the comments this morning. So today, unfortunately, if you're hoping for some youth, some young adults, maybe those that guide them, it's just me and Magnolia today. So we do have a ton of information to go through. We were looking at, kind of what we were going to talk about this week, and the Rutherford Sun came out this week. Let's pause there. The Rutherford Sun came out this week. If you got your issue of the Sun online, drop us a comment, because there is some amazing content in the Sun for this week. So hopefully you got your Sun. We're going to go through that as a kind of a recap. So if you already read it, don't worry. We've got some other details that are outside of the Sun too. And then we're going to kind of talk through some events. So I was sitting here this morning kind of making my notes for the Brewtiful mornings. I would encourage you, we're going to drop a lot of stuff in the comments, either during the Brewtiful mornings or after. It's just Magnolia and I, so bear with us as we go through the comments and drop links. StreamYard makes it amazingly easy on us, but it's still trying to keep up with everybody. Keep the comments coming. Good morning, Ginger. But we still have a lot to cover. So grab a notepad, because you're not going to want to miss. You're sitting here thinking like, oh, it's a gloomy like Friday, sun's coming out. What am I going to do this weekend? There's plenty to do. We got plenty for you. you're gonna
Oh,
have to
yeah.
you're gonna have to pick between what you're gonna do because there's a lot going on in Rutherfordton, and we're just excited about it.
Absolutely.
How's your morning going, Magnolia?
It's not too bad. I am probably gonna have to go get a cup of coffee after this, though.
Yeah, I made the mistake of forgetting to put coffee on at the house last night.
So
So
you got that special police roast?
unfortunately, yeah, this is the police brew, and unfortunately, this is cup number one. So
Just cup number 1.
yeah, so by the end of the show, I'll be ready to go. Yeah, if we're being brutally honest on Brewtiful Mornings outside of town operations, I stayed up binge watching 1883, which if you haven't watched that, I highly recommend it. It's the spinoff of Yellowstone.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time. All right. Exciting news. So we're getting towards the end of basketball season here locally. So last night in action at the middle school, RS Middle School hosted their final home basketball game because everybody knows the middle school is going to be transitioning from their current campus this year. Next year, they're going to be on their campus out on Westbrook Drive, right behind the intersection of Westbrook and Thompson, right behind RS Central High School. So the boys basketball hosted East Rutherford in a tough loss last night. They played them hard, but East Rutherford came out on top. So give a shout out to the boys at RS Central Middle School. They did a great job, but and played East tough because I'll tell you, I went to the East game when they played at East earlier this year, and that was unfortunately, that was a blowout. But the boys at Central played them really hard this time, played them close, got it down to, I believe, 2 points right at the end. And then right at the buzzer, it was a 3-point game. But gosh, those boys played their heart out. So that was fun. But then tonight, the RS Central Hilltoppers, like Jackson was saying, they are hosting the conference championship at RS Central. They're number 1 seed. They're, I believe, 22-2. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but they are the number 1 seed. So they are hosting the conference tournament. They played the number 2 seed just a few days ago. Hendersonville took them to overtime for the win. And so tonight they are scheduled to play Hendersonville again for the rematch. So I believe Hendersonville is 23-2. Again, somebody correct me in the comments. If I got time, I'll pull up Max Preps, but either way, it's going to be a really good game at RS Central High School tonight between the varsity boys, Hilltoppers basketball team, and the Hendersonville team. So if you got time tonight, that tip-off's at 7:30. Probably want to get there a little early. There's a girls game before that I don't know that much about. Just unfortunately hadn't seen it, but I do know there's a girls game that features East Rutherford, who I believe is undefeated too. So again, help me out in the comments, y'all, if you're following local high school basketball and the conference tournament. If basketball is not your thing, Magnolia, what's going on over with Blue Ridge Hope tonight at 6:30?
They are having their Hope Vibe Night, which I'm really excited for. It's in their new building where the old Howl Coffee used to be, but they've like completely transformed that space. It is such
Do they
a
get
cool
to like sneak over and grab Davis Donuts? Like, do they have like a trap door for Davis Donuts?
Maybe you have to go to find out. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Travis Rowelson can tell us if
Yeah.
there's a trap door for Davis Donuts. That in itself would probably be worth it. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, but Sam Banfield is going to be there playing music. I think it's from 6:30 to 9.
6:30 to 9. Yeah.
Oh, Allison said secretly yes. That is a reason to go in and of itself. But I know that they're really excited about just having opportunities to build community and then encourage people to come into a space and just hang out. So I think it's going to be a really awesome, fun time. So, and I don't even know if there's like an age restriction on it. So Allison and Travis, if you want to talk about that, but I think it's just kind of open for people to go and hang out and see their new space and build community.
Yeah, and it's co-hosted between, I believe, Blue Ridge Hope, Hope Works, and then also First Baptist Rutherford, the
That's
youth program
awesome.
at First Baptist. So a lot of partnerships going on to pull off some stuff. kind of excited to see that. I'm going to try my best to make time between them and the basketball game. I really want to see the basketball game too, pull on the Hilltoppers. And then tomorrow's a full day too. So if you got the sun, you kind of saw, some stuff in the sun, but just to recap, tomorrow morning, if you're a motorhead, if you just enjoy cars, if you enjoy coffee and walking around and seeing something a little different, Coffee and Cars is hitting the streets tomorrow morning, starting at 8:30. They kind of take over Central Street and Court Street, the parking lot there across from the old Flyboy behind Main Street Market. I mean, the last time they did this, I want to say they had over 60 cars in the downtown area.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And it's so fun. It goes from like 8:30 to like 11:30 until everybody kind of gets done chewing the fat and drinking their coffee. But it's just a fun time. All different types of vehicles. All, the owners are there, glad to show them off. If you're thinking about a resto or maybe you're working on a restoration, just a fun time to kind of just walk around. You got small town coffee roasters right there. You got Main Street Coffee and Ice Cream. Grab you a cup of coffee. I think I saw that they were going to have donuts there too. I think I saw that.
Ooh.
Thunder Road Animal Clinic, I think, is the sponsor for this month, and I think the sponsorship includes donuts. So there might be donuts. I don't know. Check in with Sam when you're there, and I'm sure he can hook you up. But if you want more information, we'll drop a link to Cars and Coffee Rutherfordton. It's a Facebook page. It's kind of an informal little car show that they've got going on, but just a kind of a meet and greet. But all kinds of cool automobiles out on the streets tomorrow morning. It's supposed to be a little chilly tomorrow, but it's supposed to be nice. So this can be a fun time, just kind of walk around and see all the cars in downtown Rutherford. How cool is that going to be?
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can take my Tacoma, just show it off.
I mean, hey, you lifted it. You put some sweet, tires and rims on it.
Thank you.
It's got a bumper. It's got step bars.
Maybe.
See, why not?
Stick out like a sore thumb, but it'll be okay.
You could bookend. Maybe you could be one of the bookends.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. All right. And then, so you got that going on 8:30 to 11. And then tomorrow, Art at the VAC. So the Rutherford County Artists Guild, they're hosting a paint pouring class from 10 to 12. That's going to be a lot of fun. You get to learn some different techniques on paint pouring. You get to take some paints away. If that's not your thing, and maybe you go to Coffee and Cars and it's going to be a nice day, maybe you want to do a grill out or something, or you can make a fresh salad, check out the winter market for the farmers market. They'll be over in Forest City under the pavilion, 172 Park Square, but they'll be there from 10 to 1. So a lot of farmers market regulars know the market normally opens bright and early, but the winter market is from 10 to 1 tomorrow over in Forest City. And then you can come back for, if you got the sun pulled up, Magnolia, what do you know about this Funko Pop Trade Day?
I know that Infinity Games is hosting it. I'm not sure. So I do know that Funko Pops are like the little, maybe they're like that big, but they come in like different characters from movies or games or musical artists. Definitely not the cactus. But
I wouldn't trade you.
Wow. They're more like a collectible. So I know that I don't know, maybe there's one that you're looking for and you haven't been able to find, but I know that Infinity Games keeps a pretty decent stock on them at all times. So I guess that's 1 to 3, and space is limited. So if you're interested in going, you should probably reach out to them beforehand. But I saw that event on Facebook. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. I'll just go ahead and slide it in there. So
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna kind of take a break from events. Let's jump into the Rutherford Sun real quick. So if you're out there in virtual land watching us this morning, please let us know what you think about the sun. Let us know if you don't know what the sun is, and we'll let you know quickly. But the Rutherford Sun was resurrected by Magnolia last month. The Sun was an old newspaper here in Rutherford back 100 years ago. print newspaper. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, we attempted the Sun as a print newsletter, as a direct mailer out into the community. That became a little cumbersome for us to continue to publish. And so now we've got the electronic Sun. So the e-Sun.
The Sunny.
The Sunny. Ooh, there you go. All right. So the biggest news, front page, urgent, read all about it. We're always trying to find ways to work more efficiently here at the town, to make sure that we're trying the best we can to maximize our productivity. And so some of you that follow us directly know that we now have 2 automated trash trucks. So this year, in this current year's budget that we're in, our first truck was about 5 years old and was starting to see some wear. So we've purchased a new truck. So we have 2 automated trash trucks now for our trash routes. And our drivers have become very efficient using those 2 trucks. And so we are able to pick up all of our recycling in one day now. So previously, if you were a Monday trash route, your recycle pickup was on Wednesday. If you were a Tuesday trash route, your recycle pickup was on Thursday. Now, all recycling, starting the first week of March, I believe it's March the 2nd, all recycling will be picked up on Wednesdays. So all of you Thursday people, we need you to kind of help out here a little bit. Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday's the day for the blue cans. Blue Can Wednesday in Rutherfordton. All recycle will be picked up on Wednesday starting March the 2nd. So definitely help us out with that. You'll see some more information on Facebook. For those that watch us and are ambassadors out there, and maybe your neighbor 2 doors down doesn't watch us on Brewtiful Mornings or doesn't have Facebook, give them a heads up. We know the first week or 2 there's going to be some stragglers and some miscommunication of folks, but please help us get the word out. We got about 2 weeks here before the big change, but starting the first week of March, all recycling on Wednesday. All right. Thank you, Ellen. So Magnolia, I mean, I know you didn't write all of the Sun, but you kind of helped compile it. What was one of the things that kind of stood out for you this month?
The thing that excites me the most is directly under the recycling.
Ooh, okay, so page 2.
We announced our 2022 series of movies in the park. So if you didn't go to Kiwanis Park last year in the summer, we would pick a Friday each month and show a movie. So we would have popcorn, we'd have food trucks, and it was just a really wonderful time. So the last couple of months, we had to kind of cancel them due to either weather or COVID numbers, but we announced the 2022 series in the Rutherfordton Sun. So I'm so excited. It starts April 8th, goes through September. We have such good movies, throwback movies for all of you older folks out there.
Hey, Easy on the Sandlot is a throwback. Easy.
I mean, easy. I watched The Sandlot growing up too, but yeah, but I don't know what the youngins watch nowadays.
Okay.
I was calling myself old too in that, but
sure. And like Magnolia said, we're gonna have food trucks.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of made a nod to it in the Sun, but Scoops is going to be there. I have heard that Scoops has invested in these like bicycle ice cream carts, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have one there for movie nights. So excited. What goes? I mean, so if you didn't go last year, we got your popcorn covered. So the town's got a popcorn machine. Usually every movie night, one of the different departments will handle the popcorn. They take donations for different things that they're working on. A little bit farther down in the Sun, you see that we've got a restoration project for our 1924 American LaFrance at the fire department. Obviously, that's via donations. As always, our Shop with a Cop program for our police department is always via donations. And so popcorn sales, usually will go to those great programs, or Rutherfordton Roots, something that the Rutherfordton Roots Community Gardens up to, or Norris Library for some books or things. So we're always working on a little bit of donations here and there for extra programs. So we've got you covered on the popcorn. Scoops has got you covered on the ice cream because either you're a popcorn person or an ice cream person. And then we'll have a couple food trucks there too. We're working on maybe some hot dog cart. And stay tuned for the final one, The Greatest Showman, on September 9th. It's a little too early to announce who we've caught for the food truck there, but you're going to want to be on that one.
I'm so excited. I am so excited. Oh, Diane, it was not intentional, but you should come out and celebrate your birthday with us at Movies in the Park. And yes, it was in the sun that was sent out on Wednesday of this week. So we try and send them out the third Wednesday of the month, just so we can have some time after council meetings to write up if there's any important decisions that were made. So if you haven't yet signed up to get the Rutherfordton sign, I put the link to sign up back up in the comments just a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe we could, maybe later today, we'll just do a Facebook post with the sun too, as a link. That way, if folks kind of missed it and can sign up for it. A lot of good stuff in there. And this month, we do a random generator for our employee spotlights. We started doing employee spotlights last fall, just as a way for you to get to know our staff a little bit better, get to know our team. And so we put all the team members kind of in a spreadsheet with their years of service. And then it just randomly throws one up. And then I guess it's the third Tuesday of every month, we publish a employee spotlight right in advance of the sun. And this one kind of felt really cool. So Cindy Bolin, who is one of our library technicians at the library, has been with us for 29 years. And on her work anniversary was the day that we published her employee spotlight. So the way it kind of popped up, it was just so cool to celebrate with Cindy, her employee spotlight and her 29 years of service to the town. So love Cindy to death and love everybody at the library, but that was really cool to see hers kind of fall that way this month. So you can learn a little bit more about Cindy and her employee spotlight too.
Yeah. I went over to her little celebration thing over at the library, and I just sat there for a couple minutes because, I've only been working here for 2 years. And I was like, so what is the secret for staying here for 29 years? Her answer was really good. It's just like the passion for the work that she's doing and everything like that. So you can learn more about her passion in the Rutherfordton Sun.
That's absolutely right. Yeah. The only other thing I had on my notes that I definitely wanted to hit was we have heard from the Martin Luther King Committee. As you guys remember, the Martin Luther King Committee had an amazing kind of setup and lineup of events, but that hit right as, I guess we can call it like Snowmageddon 2022, the big snowstorm. And so a couple of the events were outside, and so they had to kind of postpone those. The new dates, the MLK program, the annual program, that'll be hosted at New Bethel AME Zion. Sorry, tongue twister for me. New Bethel AME Zion over in Forest City. That's going to be Saturday the 27th. Sunday the 27th. Sorry. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday at 3:00. That'll be hosted by Pastor Reverend Keith Lipsey. And so we're excited about that. He always delivers an amazing message. And then the annual MLK walk has been moved to April the 2nd at 10 a.m. So hopefully we'll have good weather on April the 2nd.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah. All right. Those were the big things on my list today. Did you have anything that you wanted to talk about, Magnolia?
Well, I guess I'll go back and hit on the restoration project that the fire department is doing. So, I don't know if everyone knows, but Rutherfordton was the first, the first fire department to have like a motorized engine, which is pretty cool. And we were able to purchase that truck back in 2011. So it's currently sitting in the fire department. It does not look like a stereotypical fire engine that you see nowadays, but they're working on bringing that truck back to life. So obviously that takes a lot of money. It needs a lot of work to make it pretty and red again and everything like that. So they are doing lots of fundraisers to get the money to do that. So of course they accept donations, but they are selling Rutherfordton Fire Department t-shirts with like the truck logo and everything on them, which are really cool. And they're super cheap. Like you can get a short sleeve shirt for $5 and a long sleeve shirt for $10. And
yeah,
then,
that way you can drop a 20 and not ask for change.
exactly. Yeah. And then I know that they are working on getting another raffle together. Everybody here loves raffles, and I understand why. I'm not sure on the ticket prices yet, but I know that they're going to have, I think this may be a little premature, but I know that they're going to have like a handgun, a black stone, and I think a cash prize. So I think it's going to be pretty dang good no matter what the price is. So
yeah, I was talking to Captain Brandon Boone yesterday. Brandon's kind of the head of the truck committee for the 24, and I do know that they have a Glock 43X. Pretty sweet little gun. And they had some other things, but yeah, you're right. They're on the cusp of a raffle drawing. And if you're interested in the restoration or the fire department, go by. I definitely encourage you. The fire department is open. Go by, ring the doorbell. If the trucks are gone, the guys are probably out, or the firefighters are probably out responding to a call. Just come on back later. But there's a doorbell. Ring the doorbell if you're and go in and see. You can see the new trucks. The 24 is there. The rims and tires have been sent off to be redone, and so it's kind of sitting on blocks. But the seat has been redone and repainted already. They're working on some of the mechanical work. That mechanically it does run. The motor is running, and so now it's just a lot of restoration of parts and pieces and those type of things. And so definitely go, if you're interested, go by, check it out, and I'm sure any of the shifts, but a shift, which Captain Brandon Boone is on, he'd be glad to walk you through it. Or Robbie Samuel, our assistant chief, he's been working on it a good bit. So it's just a fun little restoration project for the guys to work on, as we
absolutely.
Kind of so it's there if you want to see it.
Yeah, and I just got through with all of my fire training and everything, and they literally train you to take people through the fire department. So if you or your kids are interested, definitely go by.
It's okay. Dead space is okay. So if you're out there watching, you got questions, let us know. We've covered a lot of information this morning. We've covered RS Central Hilltoppers basketball game tonight. Number 1 seed, not undefeated, close to being undefeated. They'll be at the conference championship. Again, if you're out there in video land watching us and can help with the conference championship information, I do know that I believe I heard that the East Rutherford High School girls basketball team is undefeated, and they play in advance of the 7:30 boys game for RS Central High School. So 2 really good games, a girls game and then the boys game. And I'm sure there's other games going on too. Those are the only 2 that I'm dangerously informed about and will be attending. And then we've got Hope Vibe Night, 6:30 to 9 with the Ridge Hope Works, First Baptist, Rutherford Youth, and then Cars and Coffee tomorrow. That's gonna be a fun stroll. Like I said, it's gonna be a little chilly tomorrow morning, but that's gonna be kind of neat. Just coming into downtown Rutherfordton, checking out Central Street, the parking lot on Central Street, Court Street, seeing all the cool cars. Maybe one Tacoma. Who knows?
Well, I have class tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
I'm doing the community garden leadership academy.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, NCANT, is hosting it in conjunction with the Rutherford County Extension Office. So tomorrow we'll be in Rutherford County. Next month we'll be in Marion, and then the final day, Ruffton Roots is actually hosting that entire academy. So I'm really excited.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And you guys have, I mean, we need probably in a week or two, maybe 3, kind of focus in on the garden because you guys are getting close to growing season, right?
Yeah, we're finishing a couple little prep work, I guess, to the grounds and everything. But we also, I know that like they're peeking out in the camera, but we have new irrigation hoses, so hopefully the hoses won't bust all the time. But little improvements here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. I didn't know Dot was also doing the academy. Hey. I know that Lindy is, but it's just going to be a family fun day.
I feel like I should go now.
Well, registration is closed.
Okay. Well, then I will. I'm gonna. Maybe I'll get in touch and go to the paint pouring class tomorrow at Art the Vac.
Yeah.
I mean, because I know I'm good with stick fingers, but maybe paint pouring is my thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. Oh, and if you didn't get a chance, hopefully you guys are still remembering last week's episode. If you didn't get a chance to go by Art at the Vac last Friday for the RS Central Art Classes art show, the art is still on display. We shared some images on our Facebook page of just a few of the selections that are there, but go by and check it out. There is some amazing pieces of art that were created by the youth in our community up at RS Central that are on display at Art at the Vac, which is at the corner of Main and Court. I encourage you to go by. When you walk in the front door, directly to your right, so kind of a window display on the right-hand side closest to Court Street. They've got everything set up right there in the front of the Vac. So really neat little display and some amazing art that's there. I wish some of it was for sale, honestly. There was a really cool cow. I know you're into cow stuff. Did you see the cow?
Yeah.
With the heart? Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
All right. We are also getting ready to get into the heart of budget season here at town. And so Monday, we'll be hosting a workshop with the town council, our first budget workshop with the town council, a little early in the process. So this one is more about vision, big projects, big picture, action planning, goal setting, those type of things. And so this one is really going to focus in on, if you remember earlier in the year, we asked for your input via a survey. And so we really asked for your thoughts and comments around the town, what you'd like to see us working on, how you'd like to see the town invest moving forward. We've taken those comments, and those are going to be part of the display and the presentation to town council. So we've done that internally here with our leadership team. The council has done that independently, and then you have provided your comments. So now we've been able to merge all 3 of those surveys into some information for the town council to take and to make decisions about how we move the community forward in our budget process. So this meeting is more of a workshop. It's going to be Monday night here at Town Hall, Monday afternoon, Monday night. I think we're scheduled to start at 4:00 on Monday. Go for a couple hours. But this is the first step with the town council in our budget planning process. We'll have another meeting in just over a month in March when some of our numbers come in a little bit better. And that'll be kind of holistically focused on a proposed budget cycle that will then be kind of published in May for public consumption and then scheduled to vote on in June. So this is a reminder, the town's budget goes from July 1st every year to June 30 of every year. That is our fiscal year. So kind of midway through the calendar year is our budget cycle. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. Had a meeting yesterday with our counterparts in the community. All of the mayors and managers meet on a quarterly basis. So yesterday we met virtually, but all of the mayors throughout Rutherford County and all of the towns that have a town manager, we met virtually yesterday just to kind of discuss some big picture items and topics together. And I think everybody's kind of feeling the pain, just like you guys are, maybe at the grocery store, at the gas pump, that is not insulated or isolated from town and county operations. So it's going to be an interesting year as we kind of go through our budget cycle as to, programs, priorities, and projects.
I'm excited to get through budget season because like January 1st, I feel like a new person. Like
January 1st or July 1st?
July 1st, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's Happy New Fiscal Year Day.
Yes, exactly.
That's a local government thing. That's a totally local government nerd thing. Happy New Fiscal Year.
Yeah.
No, but the budget cycle, just kind of being real and open here during Brewtiful Mornings, the budget cycle, it is a hard time because you're taking the requests of the community, you're taking the requests and ideas of the town council, and the onus is on the town manager in a town manager operated city to basically balance all those requests and balance fiscal and financial stability moving forward. So how do we kind of look at all of the options for all the departments and kind of bring that together in what our vision is? So what is our vision as a community? What do the citizens want us to do moving forward? And then balance that with the amount of resources that we have. And then also kind of balancing the level of service that people require from their community. What level of service do they expect and demand from our library, from our public works department, from our fire department, from our police department, and from town hall for us to continue to produce programs like this, to produce the Rutherford Sun. All this stuff takes time, talent, and resources, and we have to balance that in the budget. And so it's definitely a balancing act for sure.
Absolutely.
And, for us, we're looking at, a budget that lasts an entire year, and you're looking out into sometimes an unknown. Last year when we were sitting in this seat, looking out into 2021, into 2022, who would have thought that inflation would have been month after month over 7%, the highest inflation in 40 years?
Who would have thought a block of cream cheese would cost $3.18?
Or that gas is approaching $4. So those are hard to budget with, and you have to sustain that throughout the year. So anyway, we're gonna keep Rutherfordton moving. We're gonna continue to be the Minted Original and provide you service at the highest standard. And we appreciate your comments and feedback in the surveys, because those are going to be things that we are going to tackle. Those are going to be projects that we're going to move forward with, and we're excited about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's a lot, there's opportunity, there's things moving in town. So we will talk more later. I did speak with the project managers for the 221 bypass project. So they are going to begin work later this month. They are scheduled to begin work the last week of this month, first week of March. It's kind of what they're targeting. They are here now. You've probably seen a lot of DOT trucks. You've probably seen an influx of white F-150s that have multiple different subcontractor names on them. They are here. They are here working. They have an office set up over in Ruth, and they are excited to start the process. From your perspective, the two things that you're going to see, first and foremost, one, you're going to see activity on Charlotte Road. The state and their subcontractors are going to be clearing the right-of-way, removing the trees, starting some rough grading between Charlotte Road and Mountain Street. So in the right-of-way for the bypass from Charlotte Road to Mountain Street will be the first area of clearing. And then they'll also begin the construction of the bridge at Mountain Street. So there's a big interchange and a bridge that needs to be constructed up on Mountain Street, but it's actually constructed just a little north of the existing pavement. So you won't have any, major construction delays on Mountain Street. All of the work will be done off of the pavement. So the road actually gets realigned. So that new roadway will be constructed. That new bridge will be constructed. That'll take about a year or so. And so you'll see a lot of activity up there over the next year. And then once the bridge is completed, they'll actually move the road up onto the bridge. So they'll move you up on Mountain Street, up onto the new bridge, and that'll give them flow back and forth on the bypass. So they'll be able to go from the north side to the south side, and you'll see a lot of construction activity underneath the bridge, moving of dirt, moving of equipment, that kind of thing. So that's kind of their construction window right now. And we'll keep you posted on that. That does mean there'll be some impacts to our residents on East 2nd Street and Collette Street. So our residents on East 2nd and Collette, we'll be reaching out to you guys once we get some more detail around exactly the dates and those type of things. But those roadways that will be circumvented by the bypass will begin to be cut off as they begin that clearing in the next few weeks. So just stay tuned for that. The roads will always be open. If you're still living up there, you'll still always be able to access your home, those type of things. But as far as the through traffic, if you're habitually maybe cutting to the backside of RS Middle School, you're going to have to go up and around, that kind of thing. All right, folks.
Change.
Go. Yeah, change. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good. It's going to open up a lot of possibilities for the town. We wrote a pretty good article. It's on our webpage. It was in the Sun, I believe, first edition of the Sun. Article in class.
Oh, yes. First edition. Yes.
Yeah, first edition. Definitely encourage you to go check that out. The town has been kind of actively planning for this construction project for quite a number of years. And with new things comes change, and with change comes opportunity. And the town has kind of actively been planning for that opportunity and that growth to do it in a right way that continues to keep us in the small town feel and continues to keep us as the heart of Rutherford County. Mm-hmm. Small town friendly.
Small town friendly.
All right. Let's check the comments before we hop off here. Thanks, Kate. Kate, if you're still on, are you going to be at Cars and Coffee Rutherfordton tomorrow? If so, like you bring in the van, or do you have something secret in storage that we should all be excited to see at Cars and Coffee? Ellen's going. Cars and Coffee. All right, I'm not sure if Kate's still on, but I don't know if y'all know this, but in Rutherfordton, we've got an amazing high-performance auto parts dealer right down on to. Oh, she didn't even know. Hey, all right, so Kate, you got to know. So tomorrow from 8:30 to 11 on Central Street, you won't be able to miss it. You'll be able to see all the cars when you get there. Go to Small Town Coffee Roasters, grab a cup of coffee, and when you walk out on the deck, look left, look right, look straight ahead. You're going to see cars everywhere. Cars and Coffee tomorrow from 8:30 to 11ish or so. I think they say like 10, but you know how people are with cars and conversations and coffee. It just continues to carry on as all your C's. Yeah, Kate's got an amazing auto parts store. It's not even auto parts, like high performance auto parts store on South Main Street.
Like, who would have ever thought that you could find that in Rutherfordton or Rutherford County? Like, that's just so cool.
She's got a cool story. We did a blog on her 2-3 years ago on My Rutherford on the RTR website. Maybe we can share it for folks onto the comments below, just to get to learn more about Kate and her journey to Rutherfordton and kind of her online presence with her business. And now she's gone brick and mortar, and it's just, yeah, she's got a really cool story. And she's got some Airbnbs here in town too. So yeah, definitely entrepreneurship highlighted 10 times over. All right. Kate was one of the recipients of the Duke Energy Hometown Grant through RTR. But yeah, I'm glad she dropped a comment. She is located right now in what we probably all know here locally, because everybody knows something of what it used to be. She's in the old express oil change on 221 South. But it's not an express oil change anymore. You might be able to pick up some parts to make you like expressly go faster, but it's not an oil change. And she does have some kind of limited hours that she's open to the public. We'll let her post all that kind of stuff too. But just really cool story. Really cool to see her grow her business from, again, an online presence, still huge online presence, to a brick and mortar and that kind of thing. So, all right. Go Hilltoppers tonight. The boys game starts at 7:30. Be there early. If you're an East Rutherford fan, come on over to Rutherfordton. You can eat out at any of our amazing restaurants before you go to the game at RS Central.
And Hope Vibe Night.
Hope Vibe Night. Sam Banfield, 6:30 to 9.
Yeah.
Davis Donuts, secret pass-through between.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun weekend in Rutherford. Good weather, good events. Hope everybody has a wonderful morning. We will be back next Friday. We'll have a little bit of information as a wrap up from our Monday workshop with council. We kind of maybe give you some details of things that there's been consensus built on. And then we'll be back with some special guests later. We definitely have already talked to our fire department, Chief Harrell and Chief Samuel, to come on and talk about ISO and what ISO means, what that means to you, especially if you unfortunately have a Rutherfordton address but don't live in the town of Rutherfordton. But if you live in our Rutherfordton Fire District, we need to talk to you about ISO and what ISO means, and how the Rutherfordton Fire Department has been transitioning, growing, and improving over time to improve that number, and what that number means for you as a resident of the Rutherfordton Fire District. So they'll be on very soon, because that takes effect, I believe, in May, 1st of May. So we need to get those guys on as a guest pretty soon to talk about fire ops.
We definitely enjoy doing these too. It feels good to get out like transparent information and just to let everybody know what's going on.
Yeah, and if you ever have questions of what we're up to, Brewtiful Mornings topics, please. We say this all the time, but really, seriously, we love answering your questions. We love kind of getting some innovation from you guys too about what do you want to see, what do you want us to talk about. We can, as you've noticed here, as we've done episode number 652, we're not counting, just threw that number out, but we can ramble on different things. So if you want us to focus, you let us know.
Absolutely.
All right. Happy Friday.
Bye, everyone.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a